Hello, hello, Awesome Soul here, and I'm joined by...
The lovely Heart.
And it has finally dropped, although I guess we're a little late, unfortunately, just due to, well, a couple of things. We had to get this video out a little later than I would have liked, but that's okay. So we are gonna basically do a mini podcast / discussion on our thoughts about the Gen 8 reveal. Yeah. I guess so.
I don't know what you wanted me to say.
Yeah, you gotta get better at that, Ruby.
I'm sorry. I'm
How-
not a YouTuber.
How dare you?
How dare
my
I?
god.
Oh
how
my God.
Yes, how dare you? Anyways,
Okay,
we
I'll
are
go.
we're gonna start with, fittingly, the starters. So what do you think about Grookey, I guess? We'll start with him.
Okay, so there's Grookey. He's kind of cute. I know that during the trailer or whatever, he was banging on that rock, and so I think that might be a hint towards maybe a rock or ground type kind of thing. So I'm hoping he's gonna turn into something cool, but he's kind of okay. He's subpar right now.
Yeah, he's I don't know, he's okay. He's probably my least favorite out of the other three so far. And
The other three.
The other three, yes. The other two, rather. But yeah, it generally seems like he is the least liked out of this generation, just based off of various polls I've seen, and the trending Twitter hashtag. He was by far a lot lower than the other two. Not a terrible one, but you kind of wanted to go over his design, though, didn't you?
I mean, I think he's cute, and it really depends on how his later evolutions look, because, like, as of lately, I've been kinda liking him a little bit more and more.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know, he's cute.
Yeah, he's not bad.
And if they're able to actually make his evolutions look cool, then I might go with him. It's kind of between Grookey and Sobble for me right now. Unless Scorbunny is not a firefighting type. If he's not a firefighting type, I might actually go for him, but it depends.
Yeah, that's interesting. After you saw the trailer, you're like, Scorbunny, or possibly Sobble. But now you've kind of changed your tune.
Yeah. Because, like, since he hasn't been getting as much love, it's kind of like, I kind of have a soft spot for him now. He's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, when I first saw the trailer, it was between Scorbunny or Sobble, and I didn't really like Sobble all that much, but he's grown on me considerably, and definitely Team Sobble for now. Of course, though, evolutions could change everything. There's been some rather unfortunate evolutions, shall we say, in the past, so fingers crossed they don't happen again. Don't pull an Oshawott, where it goes from super cute to God tier middle stage to absolute trash tier final evolution. Sorry for people who like Samurott, but that's just my opinion. Don't get your pitchforks out. Anyways, but yeah, going back to what you were saying, I do think a grass rock type would be interesting.
And I don't normally go for, like, rock types, but if the design is really good, I'd probably consider him.
Yeah, I don't really think many other people have kind of speculated on too many types. I've seen the fan art I've seen generally, although they've never really said it in their fan art. I think some people might have, but it definitely has a feel of a possible fighting type, which we've already had a grass fighting type. Hopefully we don't get repeats. I don't want any more repeats ever again. We've had 3 repeats for each type. We've had 3 pure water, 3 pure grass, and 3 fire fighting. No more, Game Freak, please. That is enough. Something unique. I mean, yeah, I guess grass rock. Trying to think of competitively. I don't think it's too bad, because grass covers rocks, grass, and water weaknesses. Rock covers grass's fire weakness. I don't suppose that's too bad of a type, actually. I think, yeah, grass resists ground, so that covers the the ground weakness for rock. And rock resists flying, so that covers grass's weakness. Huh. Unless I'm mistaken, actually, grass rock is a really solid, but type.
Solid.
Anyways, we like to have fun here occasionally. I think that's enough for Grookey, unless you want to add anything.
No, I think I'm good with Grookey. Let's
Scorbunny.
go over to Scorbunny. So, once again, Game Freak, please, 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 no more firefighting typing.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's got that bandage, the nose bandage.
Unfortunately, I feel like this is exactly what it's going to turn out to be. Like, I don't have a lot of hope for it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, like, especially within the trailer, how it was like running up and he looks like super, super sporty and stuff, but
yeah, I don't know. Basically, from the initial reveal, I was like, okay, he's firefighting.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second. What about fire electric? Because then I saw a bunch of theories saying like, oh, he's supposed to be a football player or a soccer player, depending on where you're from. So because of that, I was like, you know what? The fast quote unquote type is electric. And if you're a soccer/football player, you're not really all that brawly. Like American football, I could see that being a fighting type, but this is like British football, aka soccer, over here in good old Canadian land. But yeah, for that you have to be fast, and I mean, we've all seen people, professional soccer players, just simply tap somebody on the shoulder and they fall down in pain, that is in heavy quotations there. So definitely doesn't scream a fighting type, but it does scream an electric type, because you gotta be fast. I don't know, that's my hope, fingers crossed. Fire electric, we only have one fire electric, and I don't think it really even counts. It's a form of Rotom, so does that really count? Not really.
The only thing is, though, if it is an electric type along with fire, there isn't a lot of electric physical moves.
Yeah, they got wild charge, but that like hurts you.
And Scorbunny looks like a physical type fighter.
Yeah, I mean, there's always Nuzzle, and it's super overpowered. But it's basically just the Pikachu clones that get that.
Yeah.
There is also the issue, I guess, of, you know, if it's fire and electric, then the electric type would be super effective against the water, and the water is supposed to counter it. But what if it's water dragon? Because it's a water lizard, you know? Maybe now that fairy is a thing and fairy is well established, maybe we could get a dragon type starter.
Oh, you didn't even mention Sobble, you just went straight into that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just needed to sort of
get that
out there. I mean, it sort of fit. I had to do that, otherwise people would be concerned.
About what?
The electric type being super effective against the type that it's supposed to counter, because you're supposed to have the triple triangle thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else for the starters? Sobble, or Scorbunny, rather. We're still on Scorbunny. Go!
I mean, I think Scorbunny, his design has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really cool design. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not fully hating on Scorbunny, because his design is pretty cool. And they could probably do something along the lines with his ears being on fire or something, or I don't know. He'd look cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, has there really ever been a starter of the fire variety that was not on fire? We've got Incineroar, or the Fire Belt. Delphox had the Fire Wand. Emboar had the Fire Collar. Infernape had the Fire Head. Blaziken was the only one that's not actually on fire. Yeah, interesting. You trying to look it up?
Yeah.
Fire starter, not the image you wanted. Anyway, I guess we can go on to Sobble, unless you want to add anything.
Not really. I think we can move on to Sobble. Sobble's kind of cute.
Yeah, although I did see you have a Chinese Zodiac there. And yes, it is interesting they're still continuing with the Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah. So, after this one, I think there is the ox, the horse, the snake, and the ram/sheep. So those would be pretty cool. But we're not here to talk about those. It's just interesting that they're definitely continuing with the Chinese zodiac. That theory gets stronger and stronger as the years go on, and it's like basically confirmed, honestly. But yeah. Save the best for last. Sobble, what do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, well...
Go.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Okay, you figure out something. I've been starting, so your turn to start.
Yeah. One interesting thing I did notice after looking at a piece of fan art is that the head flap. I always thought it was odd in the trailer how it was like angled to one side. You know what else is angled to one side, usually? A ship's mast. And I don't know, maybe they still are following the whole theory, or not theory, well, I guess some people do think it's a theory of like British sports, and I think sailing would fit well with that. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I just don't want a water flying type like you think it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's more of like not flying as in, you know, like how most flying types are. It's like, oh, it's a bird. No, this would be more of like a wind elemental, which we don't really have many of for the flying type, which would be kind of cool to have.
I still don't like the idea.
Yeah, preferably I wouldn't want it to be water flying, especially if we do get the fire electric type. Basically, the Scorbunny evolution would be the best one. I don't know. I do think, because it is the water lizard Pokemon, right? I think?
Yeah.
We're looking at it says a somewhat timid water lizard Pokemon, I guess. Yeah.
So he's what, like a gecko?
It's a chameleon, I'm pretty sure. Because like chameleons have the grabby hands.
Yeah.
He's got the grabby hands. Plus he goes like invisible in the water. Blends in, just like a chameleon. He's got the long tail like a chameleon. We haven't seen him shoot his tongue out. But, I don't know. Maybe he'll turn into more of a... I don't know. Are we going to see him continue the whole chameleon path? Or is he going to become more general lizard-like? What do you think?
I'm hoping he's going to look really, like, elegant looking when he's got his full evolution.
Yeah, hopefully. I can't see it evolving into, like, a really bulky, big, beefy dude.
No. Yeah. Especially since it's kind of a timid little thing, so it's very quiet. I don't think it'd be a physical type Pokemon. He uses his water to shoot out. He hides himself. I'm kind of hoping for it to be a psychic type, quite possibly, because of the way that he hides himself, and I don't know. I think he'd be cool as a psychic type.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm still holding out for Water Dragon, but we know Game Freak still treats Dragon type like the god tier type, even though they brought in Fairy type to make Dragon type just another normal type. I don't know, I still don't get that. It was like, whatever. Anyways, that's a discussion for another time. One interesting thing though, what do you think the focus stat for each of them is going to be, like the highest stat for each of them?
Okay, well, I feel like Grookey, the way that he looks, I feel like he might be able to be a more defense, like physical defense type.
Okay.
I don't see it being really attack. For Scorbunny, I think it'll be attack, and then Sobble, I think, will be special attack.
Huh, that's interesting. I have gone with the completely different ones. For Grookey, I think it's going to be physical attack as its highest one. For Scorbunny, speed, and Sobble, I think special defense, honestly.
Sorry. Yeah, you're totally right. Scorbunny, I think, would actually be speed. I don't know about Grookey being physical attack, but I can also see, I can kind of see it, but I only see him really, like, getting bigger and bulkier.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And what did you say, Sobble?
Special defense, I think.
Special defense? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, just the whole camouflage aspect.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kinda where I'm going.
I see where you're going out with that.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I would say these are some pretty solid starter designs. At first, I was like pretty iffy on them, but they've grown on me quite a bit, and that's usually how the starters go for Pokemon. It's basically, they're revealed, oh, not really feeling them. And then 3 hours later, oh my god, I must protect. So precious.
So, your final thoughts, let's do maybe a rating, like this is my first pick of the Pokemon, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, like out of 10, basically. At least just for these stages, we don't know if they get even better, or maybe they get worse. Hopefully not. Grookey, I'm gonna give Grookey a 6 out of 10. Scorbunny is probably gonna get a, Scorbunny I'd give a 7.5 out of 10, and Sobble I'd give a 8.5 out of 10.
I don't know, like they're all kind of equal for me. I've grown a heart for Grookey. Like, I think he's actually super, super cute. I didn't think I would like him as much, but I think if I had to pick, like, in order from best to worst, or like most likely to pick to least likely to pick, it's probably pretty tied. Like, Grookey I think is at my top right now, and Scorbunny and Sobble are kind of tied.
Okay.
If I find out that Scorbunny is a firefighting type, then it's
Disqualified. Get him out of here.
Yeah, honestly. But like, once again, it really depends on the final evolutions and how they look and their typing and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Got a score out of 10?
I have a hard time figuring out, because like Grookey would be maybe like a 7 or 8. Scorbunny would probably be a 7, and Sobble would be like a 6.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Sobble as much. I mean,
Really?
but that's just going off of their designs. The two that I like the most are Grookey and Scorbunny, if we're just going off of designs.
Okay. I forgive you. Kidding. But yeah, no, they're basically all solid. I don't really hate any of them. Yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up for the starters. I was just staring at her, hoping for some input, and then I get a laugh. I mean, at least it's something.
Oh, shush.
Anyways, thank you for all tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more. But anyways, I of course have been the Awesome Soul, joined by
The Lovely Heart.
and we will see you next time. Take care.